We are back on the Fantasy Recap on the CALX network. I'm Chris Leslie. Getting back into our look around the league. We have the Dumpster Divers, the two-time back-to-back defending champion Dumpster Divers. They even have two asterisks in their logo. Facing the F you guys, I quit. Prior to yesterday's action, the Dumpster Divers at 1-4 taking on the F you guys, I quit 1-4. So, kind of a pre-toilet bowl, if you will. And my matchup yesterday was definitely a pre-toilet bowl as well. Yesterday was almost like the semifinals of the toilet bowl. So I was victorious in my semifinal matchup against Linwood Silicone Pillows in my semifinal toilet bowl matchup. And this was the other semifinal toilet bowl matchup, which featured the Dumpster Divers at 1-4 versus the F you guys, I quit. Alright. This game did not go the way of the Dumpster Diver. Final score, F you guys, I quit, 91. Dumpster Divers, 88. $13 points, is that right? Yeah, 13-point victory. Thank you. Thank you. My addition skills are a little rusty. Alright, let's go right into it. Quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers. 17 of 28, 310 yards, and 1 pick. Still got 23 fantasy points. Probably more than most fantasy quarterbacks in the rest of the league. Against Mark Sanchez of the Jets. 14 of 25, 201 yards, 18 fantasy points. 18 fantasy points from Mark Sanchez is a victory nonetheless. Although that advantage goes to the Dumpster Divers, 23-18. Running backs. Peyton Hillis of Cleveland, 14 yards. 1 point. Yuck. Yuck. Against Felix Jones. Yuck. 14 yards, but for some reason he got 2 points. Not exactly, must have been some receiving yards involved there. So, barely in a really hard-fought contest. That one goes to F you guys, I quit, 2-1. That's just awful. Oh, Felix Jones got hurt, though, if I'm not mistaken. So that would explain that. So let's be fair to Felix Jones and to F you guys, I quit. Peyton Hillis, I don't think he got hurt. But, I don't know, man. Peyton Hillis is quickly falling out of favor. Next matchup. Ooh, this is a doozy. Daniel Thomas of the Dolphins. 47 yards, 5 points. Decisively over Ryan Terrain. 22 yards and 2 points. I've been learning. Don't mess with Mike Shanahan when it comes to fantasy football. You will get screwed one way or another. So, advantage, Dumpster Divers. Ooh, Deion Branch, 69 yards. So this is the running back / wide receiver position. Dumpster Divers going with a wide receiver. Deion Branch of the Patriots, 68 yards, 6 points. No. While F you guys, I quit opts for a running back at that position. None other than Steven Jackson, who comes up with a very productive 96 yards and 11 points. Well done. Next matchup. This is straight wide receiver versus wide receiver. The Dumpster Divers. Going with James Jones, trying to capitalize on the Aaron Rodgers 1-2 punch connection, if it were, as it were, and it did work out. 9 points, so 35 yards in the TD, 9 points. Not bad for a guy who only gets 35 yards, so have to say, good move there for the dumpster divers. But wasn't enough against the San Antonio Homes of the Jets. 63 yards and a touchdown. 12 points. Edged out by 3 at that spot. 4. F you guys, I quit. Next, Jeremy Macklin. This pains me. 101 yards and 10 points for the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dumpster Divers, compared to A.J. Green of the Bengals, 51 yards and a touchdown, 11 points. Barely goes to F you guys, I quit, but pretty even. I say it pains me because, of course, Deshaun Jackson had less than 10 points. And he's the #1 guy. Okay, next matchup. Tight end, Jason Witten of the Cowboys. 48 yards and a touchdown, 10 points. Versus Vernon Davis of the 49ers. 8 yards and 0 points. Advantage, Dumpster Divers. Now we go and look at the defenses. Ooh, both these guys had some great defensive performances this week. First off, the Dumpster Divers, 18 points from the Cincinnati Bengals defense, and they scored a touchdown, an interception, 2 fumble recoveries, and a blocked kick. It's a great, great defensive performance. Yet, they fall short in this matchup by 2. To the Jets defense came to play last night on Monday Night Football in prime time. A TD, 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery, and only allowing, sorry, I need both hands, 6 points. 20 points for the Jets defense. Outstanding. Advantage. F you guys, I quit. Alright, so, getting into the final category, kickers, we'll see where things stand. 1, 2, 3. Well, F you guys, I quit already has a, was it 5-3 advantage on the matchups, and as far as the kickers are concerned, that went his way as well. Jason Hansen, an uncharacteristically low point total of 6, 2 for 3, so he misses a field goal. That takes away 3 points. And 1 of 1 extra point wise. So had it not been for the missed field goal, well, I guess had he not kicked it, you'd be looking at 9 points. Had he made it, you'd be looking at, what is it, 12, I think. Anyhow, Jason Hansen just 6 points, compared to Robbie Gould, who got 15 points. Quite a bit for him in fantasy numbers, as he goes 3 for 3 and 4 for 4 in extra points. So, F you guys, I quit. All around, 91-88 is victorious, and he moves to 2-4 and advances in the Toilet Bowl semifinal onto the Toilet Bowl final. And let's just take a brief look at their benches to see, second guess, Monday morning, well, it's Tuesday night quarterbacking, so let's see what either one of them could have done differently. 4 points there. 4 points there, and yeah, well, the Dumpster Divers could have bettered his numbers by 4 points, which would not have mattered. And that would have been had he played the Steeler no. That would have been had he played, no, actually, I apologize, I stand corrected. He couldn't have done anything better. Every player he had on the bench had less points than what was in his lineup. So, actually, well played, even though you lost. You did everything you could. Now, for F you guys, I quit. think he could have gotten some more points. Let's see here. Yeah. Had he opted to go with a three receivers instead of 3 running backs, and say sat Ryan Terrain and went with Jacoby Jones as a wide receiver instead, that could have been a 11-point swing. And let's see here. Otherwise, and he could have gotten another 6 points had he went with had he sat Felix Jones and went with Mark Ingram. So that's 6 plus 11. 17 points. He could have done better, but he still came away with a pretty solid score. Solid victory. And he advances to the final of the Toilet Bowl to face me this week. So that's that matchup. We're getting into the final matchup, which featured Fat Guy in a Little Coat versus Light Kobayashi. Fat Guy in a Little Coat was 2-3 prior to this matchup, going against Light Kobayashi, who was 3-2. So this was a big matchup. Light Kobayashi, I believe, occupied the 4th playoff spot going into this week's matchup. So had Fat Guy in a Little Coat, he was playing essentially to try and surpass Light Kobayashi for that 4th playoff spot, which didn't happen. Light Kobayashi ate him alive by a score of 93-73, 20-point margin of victory. Fat Guy in a Little Coat. Let's see what happened here. Well, quarterback Tom Brady looks like a good guy to have, but only 16 points. Not as high as you would expect for Tom Brady. Still, advantage over Drew Brees, who also had an uncharacteristically low day of only 15 points. The first running backs matchup, Ernest Graham for Tampa Bay, 12 points, very good for a running back, but nowhere near the, are you kidding me, 30 points by Ahmad Bradshaw. Wow, that's hugely in favor of Light Kobayashi. Next running backs matchup, Reggie Bush of Miami, 7 points, not really something you can rely on if you're going to win, versus LaShawn McCoy, 19 points. So again, decisively in favor of Light Kobayashi. Now, the third spot, running back / wide receiver, looks like Fat Guy in a Little Coat went with a wide receiver in Harry Douglas for Atlanta. Probably wishes he hadn't. 5 points against James Starks, another running back for Light Kobayashi, but a push. Let's get to the next matchup. Receiver, Steve Johnson of Buffalo, 9 points for Fat Guy in a Little Coat. And Hakeem Nicks, 9 points for Light Kobayashi, another push. These two teams were pretty evenly matched, and it looks like it was a close game for a while. But we go on to the final wide receiver spot. Mike Williams for Fat Guy in a Little Coat, 5 points. Not a matchup you're going to expect to win, but surprisingly he does over Victor Cruz of the Giants with just 1 point. Because it looks like Hakeem Nicks and Ahmad Bradshaw were getting all the action for the Giants. So then we get into the tight end, Tony Gonzalez, 29 yards, 2 points. Not so good. But not to be outdone, Joel Dressen, 0 yards and 0 points. Advantage, Fat Guy in a Little Coat. Defense, oh, are you kidding me? Giants defense, 6 points, and guess what? Push. Packers defense, 6 points. So far, that's 1, 2, 3 pushes out of the 9 matchups. 3 pushes. So, where does that leave us? 1, 2, wait, no, 1, 2, 3. So 3, 3, and 2. Yeah, so we're dead even. 3, 3, and 2. Going into the final matchup, which was the kickers. Dan Bailey of Dallas, 11 points, versus Alex Henry of Philadelphia, 8 points. So, while Fat Guy in a Little Coat wins in the overall matchups as far as, let's see, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, 4, 3 to 2. What really did it was the huge day, quite frankly, of Ahmad Bradshaw, who gave him 18-point advantage in his matchup. That, coupled with the LaShawn McCoy, Reggie Bush, was the difference in the game. So now, Fat Guy in a Little Coat drops to 2 and 4. So I guess you could say he's still a toilet bowl contender. My apologies. And like Kobayashi, stays in a good position, becomes 4 and 2, and right where he wants to be in terms of a playoff spot. So that concludes the league matchups for this week. Now we'll just take a quick look at the standings. League. Alright. Give me a second here while I pull these up. Here we go. Okay. The overall standings look like this. First place, Adam Shine Rich Gannon Special, 5 and 1. Second place, the Silver Bullets, his little bro, 5 and 1. Seattle Smoke, third place, 5 and 1. And in fourth place, hanging on to that fourth and final playoff spot for now, like Kobayashi at 4 and 2. Fifth place, Do You Like My Legs Honest? He's 3 and 3. And in fifth place, I'm sorry, that was fifth place, my mistake. Sixth place, soon to be winner of Week 7 Toilet Bowl. And that would be me. Sixth place. That's outstanding. Going from tied for 8th all the way up to 6th place. But right on my heels are Fat Guy in a Little Coat at 2 and 4, same record. And, of course, F you guys, I quit. My opponent in this week's Toilet Bowl Challenge. So, I actually must rephrase. Because this was like the quarterfinal or divisional rounds. And we're going to have a semifinal. And the winner gets to face Fat Guy in a Little Coat for the Toilet Bowl Championship, if he can be victorious. If he's not victorious, then the winner of this matchup between F You Guys I Quit and soon-to-be winner of Week 7 Toilet Bowl, that will decide the Toilet Bowl. I don't need to get that technical about it. Those are the standings, of course. And then, of course, 9th place is Linwood Silicone Pillows at 1 and 5, followed by the Dumpster Divers, defending 2-time champion with 2 asterisks and 2 trophies. Grounding the bottom of the league. Anchoring the bottom of the league. There we go. So, real quick while we're looking at the standings, I just want to take a look at the point totals, because the point totals are very important in fantasy football. Even sometimes more important than head-to-head matchups. Point totals, the number 1 team, Adam Shine Rich Gannon Special, 673 points. The Silver Bullets, 630 points. Seattle Smoke, 565 points, which is 20 points less than the 4th place spot, like Kobayashi, 583 points. Now, those are the top 4. But 5th place for points is me, soon to be winner of Week 7 Toilet Bowl at 564 points. So, and that's only 1 point behind the 4th place point total. So, what that tells you is if my team can keep performing and putting up the kind of points that they're performing, and I can win some games and get into a playoff race, I might have a chance. And that's then the next highest point total is Linwood Silicone, or no, that F you guys I quit at 538, followed by Linwood Silicone Pillows 501. Oh my gosh, I was wrong. No. I am actually in 5th place in points because I overlooked the Dumpster Divers, 606 points. He is actually in 3rd place in points, but in 10th place in victories. So, you'd have to say he has just had the worst luck of anyone this year, honestly. I can kid him and rub it in all I want, but this guy's had the worst luck of anyone. 606 points, 3rd in points, and he's only 1 in 5, the bottom of the league. That hurts. All right. When we come back, we will take a brief look at this week's matchups and then revisit our predictions and suggestions from last week and provide you with our predictions and suggestions for this week. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back on the Fantasy Football Recap with Chris Leslie on the CALX Network right after this.